Hello and welcome to another motors.co.uk video review. Now the car we're going to be looking at today is the second generation Range Rover Evoque, but before we dive in, please remember to leave this video a like and subscribe to the motors.co.uk channel. The Evoque was a real game changer for Land Rover, and it opened up the brand to a completely new audience who all wanted a slice of this premium SUV. Now there's an all new one, and it has an all new look as well as some more interior tech too. However, is this a case of a difficult second album? Let's get behind the wheel and find out. It's still an Evoque, that's for sure, but it's certainly sharper than the original. The new headlights are narrower and sleeker, and it's the same story around the back too. The proportions are still very good, and it's an attractive design overall. Plus, these copper elements look really cool. The interior of the Evoque takes some inspiration from the larger Velar, and that's why inside the two will feel quite similar. There's this interesting twin screen setup, with the top screen operating satellite navigation and media functions, and the lower one controlling the heating and ventilation. And it means that the whole interior has a really crisp, clean feel to it. You still get proper analog controls for the heating, which is nice, so it means you can get it just as you want it, but it really does clean up the overall interior. Likewise, you get some nice buttons on the steering wheel, and these are almost like touch sensitive ones. And again, there's another screen ahead of you which does all the things that traditional dials would do, but just via a screen. It means the whole cabin has a really futuristic feel to it, though it's contrasted by fabric seats in this model, which are actually really comfortable. And there is a panoramic sunroof that we've got here too, which does help to shed more light into an otherwise quite dark cabin. The Evoque, being an SUV, really does need to be practical, and thanks to a 798 litre boot, that's definitely the case with this Land Rover. First thing that you immediately notice when you get in the Evoque is that high driving position. It's one of the main reasons why people have flocked to this model. It gives you a commanding view of the road ahead and just gives you the ability to lord it over other road users. Elsewhere, things are good. The steering has a nice amount of weight to it, so it feels confidence inspiring, and it feels like the car is well tethered together. Likewise, the 9-speed automatic gearbox that we have in this car shifts relatively smoothly, and it doesn't leave too much of a pause when you're pulling away from junctions, something that other gearboxes from other manufacturers do. The brakes feel a touch spongy, and that's slightly because the car is lugging around quite a lot of extra weight, and as a result means there's a lot more weight to bring to a halt. But overall, the driving experience is a good one. This windscreen is quite slim, however, and the pillars are quite thick too, so you do find that when you're approaching roundabouts, you do have to kind of look around them to make sure that you're not going to hit anything. And at the back, there's quite a slim screen as well, so looking out the rear of the car takes a little more effort than it should. However, in general, this is a car that most people will be quite happy to drive around in, and certainly gives off that premium quality that people are looking for when they come to a brand like Range Rover. This D240 model also has just as much punch as you want. Roll onto the throttle, and yep, there's enough shove for most situations. Of course, it's not lightning quick, but it's got enough punch to see you through most situations. The refinement is good too. There's a little bit of wind noise from this quite upright windscreen, but other than that, it's a quiet and refined experience in here. There is a touch of road noise too from the tyres, though that could probably be helped by optioning a smaller alloy wheel size. Given the success of its predecessor, you'd think that this latest Evoque would have a hard time on its hands being just as popular. However, we think that's just not the case. This car is sharper to look at, it's better inside, and it's better to drive than the car it replaces too. It's why if you are looking for a new premium SUV and you're thinking of going in the compact segment, then the Evoque should be well up your list. Thank you for watching our video review of the new Range Rover Evoque. Now, if you have enjoyed this review and would like to see other similar videos on some of the Range Rover's key rivals, then please follow the links coming up next.